So this video is for my freshman level students, and let's talk about what we're doing this week. Alright, here we are in Canvas. Here we are going to our modules. And here we are going to the end of Module 8. Okay, we're wrapping things up. We're getting towards the end here. Alright, so if you click on 8.4.3, I gave this to you last week, but we're going to start working on it this week. I think we have enough time for it. But last week what we did was we read Cinderella's Stepsisters. We've been reading that through this module, and it was a commencement speech from 1979 by Toni Morrison. And so what you're going to do is, with this assignment, you're going to look at how she uses pathos, how she uses the appeal to our emotions to really trigger us, to feel our feelings, and to motivate us to, believe her, to start, living like how she says we should live. By supporting, feminism by standing up for and doing what's right. So there are a few examples in here. They're evidence from the text that I want you to look at. Also up here at the top, we have the title listed already for you. A lot of the work is already done on this activity. We have our purpose for reading question. We have our answer to the purpose for reading question. And we also have our intended audience here. We know that Toni Morrison is speaking to women, and therefore we can anticipate, who her message is for. And so some of the rhetorical strategies she uses plenty, but we're focusing just on pathos. We're focusing just on the appeal to emotion. And she gets people feeling with these quotes right here. Having watched and participated in the violent dominion of another woman, will they be any less cruel when it comes to their turn to enslave other children, or even when they are required to take care of their own mother? So you may remember that part of the speech. And in this next box, we're going to explain why that quote works so well and why it's so convincing, because it uses pathos. And so this is an example of pathos, or this example of pathos makes the author's argument more convincing because it shows that women teach their children how to treat future and past generations of women. The abusive power of Cinderella's stepmother will most likely lead to more abusive power directed at future generations from her daughter. So she's kind of referencing here this unending cycle. And it works because she's using a lot of loaded language like enslave and cruel in order to get her meaning across. And so you're going to do the exact same thing here for this next quote. You're going to fill in the blank here. So this next quote writes, mothers who set fire to school buses are women, and another woman, not an agency, has to tell them to stay their hands. And so in this box, you're going to tell me that this is an example of pathos, and it makes the argument more convincing because it triggers our feelings in some way. And I want you to tell me how it triggers our feelings. How does it invoke pathos? How does it appeal to our feelings and our sense of humanity and our sense of right and wrong? How does it trigger us? How does it work? How is it more convincing that way? And so at the bottom here, you're going to find one more quote from the speech on your own. You're going to paste it here. And then you're also going to tell me why this is a good example of pathos. And then down here at the bottom, you can tell me whether or not you disagree or agree with the author's argument, whether or not you disagree or agree with Toni Morrison and what she's saying about how women should stand up to abusive women. And you're going to tell me why. So be sure to do that. It's going to be due Monday. So the last part of this lesson focuses on what we've learned. This is going to be your chance to display what you know now. And so what you're going to do is you're going to read another speech by another famous woman, Sojourner Truth, who was a slave back in the United States when slavery was a thing. And so this is a very meaningful speech that she gave. And it gives a little context up here at the top of the speech. It says, in 1851, a women's rights convention was held in Akron, Ohio. Various speakers, many of them members of the clergy, or members of the church, used the Bible to argue that the rights and principles of men were superior to women. Sojourner Truth, who had not been invited to the convention, walked up to the platform and attacked those arguments. Unfortunately, there's no exact copy of her speech in existence of today, and this version follows the essence of what she said. And so you're going to read through this speech. Okay, you're going to read what Sojourner told the people at the convention, and you're going to answer the purpose question up here at the top. Okay, what is Sojourner Truth's attitude toward being a woman in an age where women were not viewed as equals to men? Okay? And so you'll answer the purpose for reading question up here first, and then you're going to write me a summary of the speech. You're going to put the speech in your own words and explain to me what happened in it as if I never read it. Okay, you're going to do that in this box right here. Oops, you're going to do it in this box right here. My computer's bugging out on me. There, you can see that better now. When you get down here, you're going to tell me what the author or what sojourner's purpose for writing was. What was the purpose of her speech? Why did she get up there and speak? And then you're going to tell me how you know. And you don't just have to pull in information from the speech itself to explain how you know that, but you can also use some of that background information I just read to you. Okay, you're going to tell me who your author's intended audience is, and you're going to tell me how you know that. And you know what? If you need to pull this from the beginning excerpt of this activity, that's okay. Or maybe you can take this information out of the speech itself. Whatever works for you. Just tell me how you know. Tell me the author's tone, okay? What is Sojourner's attitude about what she's speaking about? And specifically, I want you to be looking in the box passage up here at the top. I want you to tell me what the tone is of this part between pages 1 and 2. This part in the box, what is her tone? What is Sojourner's attitude? Okay? And so you'll tell me what it is, and you'll tell me how you know. Okay, what from that box explains to you that that's how she feels about that subject. And then down here, we just worked on this. I just showed you how to do this, but you're going to evaluate the author's argument. You're going to give me the title. You're going to copy and paste your purpose for reading question. You're going to tell me who her intended audience is, which if you need to copy and paste from this box up here, the author's intended audience, that's okay. Okay, you're going to tell me what the author's purpose is, and then you're going to fill out the chart. Okay, find evidence where Sojourner uses pathos, where she appeals to your emotions, where she triggers your feelings. Find the evidence from the text where she does that. And then tell me why it's a good example. Now, this shouldn't say logos. This should say pathos. I'm just noticing this error for the first time. That's great. Yeah, some other teacher must have pulled this and forgot to change it. And then you're going to do that 2 more times. You're going to find me 2 more examples from the text, and you're going to tell me why it's a good example of pathos, not logos. And then you're going to tell me if you agree or disagree with the woman. Okay? It's that easy. Of course, I'll walk you guys through this in class. Nothing to worry about. And the last activity that we're doing this week is a discussion. And so you're going to pick one of these 3 prompts. Based on what you've read in this module, why is it important to be aware of how we treat others? Okay, I want you to choose one of the learning goals that we outlined in the very first introduction page. This link will take you right to it. And explain how you've made progress toward that learning goal. Or you can tell me about a time where you or someone else was impacted by the treatment of others in either a good way or a bad way. Okay, so you'll make your response. You'll respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts. And that's it, people. That's all we're doing this week. So let's go ahead and wrap up Module 8. And that just leaves 2 more to go. And then it's summer. Looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to seeing you guys again in class. I'm really happy with the turnout. I'm really happy with how many of you were there and were visible. You're all great, whether you're at home or in my class. I'm happy to teach you. Alright, so thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.